Hello, you.
Hello, thank you for your kindness and your patience. And this little guy is Goldie.
Now, did he come back from the future?
He did. I've had him since he was about 3 weeks old. I bottle fed him every 3 hours for the first month. And this one over here is Toofy.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
And she's 18 years old. Look at that face.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me show. Hey, Zany, come here. Let me show you mine.
All right.
Zany. He comes. He's like my girl. He just comes when he wants to.
Oh, same with mine. Same with mine. They think they're
Come here.
dogs.
Come here. Come here. Look. Show Jennifer Parker. Sit. Sit. Say hi. Paul. Say hi. Can you see him?
Let me see. Hey, baby. Hi, guy. Oh, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is he?
He is a half pit bull and a half ridgeback.
Nice. Well, I've got one more here that hasn't said hello yet. That would be Goldie's sister, Oreo,
Yeah,
who was also bottle fed for a month.
Yeah, let me see.
Every 3 hours.
Yeah, let me see her. So, how is what? Wow. I don't even know where to begin. So, at this point in my life, I'm starting to meet my childhood stars.
How cool is that?
It's really cool because some people I never thought I would meet, and now with the internet and me having my own show and my own trademark, and my own studio, I'm starting to wheel in a lot of people that I never thought I would meet. So let me ask you something. How many people have played this song for you and danced with you? Okay, so is that corny for me to do, or do people do that all the time?
No, actually, okay. So the question was, how many people played that song to dance with me?
Yeah.
0.
Are you serious?
That's a weird thing, isn't it?
Either I'm really
thought about it.
I mean, either I'm really creative or I'm really corny. I think I'm really creative.
You must be, because literally, first of all, no one's asked me that question ever.
Wow.
And I've been interviewed once or twice. And second of all, I have never one time been asked to dance to that song. Though I've heard it, it plays at my store, it plays at everything I do, but nope, not once.
So you never had a boyfriend during this whole time growing up asking to make out with you to pretend to be Marty McFly with the note during playing that song?
Not one time.
Wow, what kind of love life do you have?
Not much of one. I don't even date.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
I just figure my husband will find me in his own way.
Wow, okay. I get out of here. I see. I would never expect that from you. You are in
my friend, actually, there was someone I could tell he was going to ask me out, and I said I don't date, and he said, do you want to get married? And I said, yeah, I do. I've never been married. And he said, well, how are you going to get married if you don't date? And I said, I don't know. That's up to my husband to figure out.
So you don't date, but you'll get married.
I don't date, but I figure my husband will figure out how to find me and just work it all out.
Okay, so I'm not trying to be corny when I say this, when I ask you this. How many people have asked you, do you think your husband is in a time machine like the DeLorean? And
0. So basically, you seem to have the only questions that no one's ever asked me. And I get invited to do podcasts and all that a lot. And I've started saying no, thank you, because I keep getting the same questions. And all you have to do is Google, what's the answer to so-and-so? If you ask Claudia Wells, you probably get it. But you're asking me questions nobody's asked.
Wow.
So I'm interested. This is fun.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. I was actually hesitant to play the music because I thought hundreds, if not thousands of people have did that in your life. I definitely thought you made love to that music at some point in time of your life. I definitely was thinking in my head, how many times should I say, is someone in the time machine? Are you going back in the time machine? Are you into DeLorean? And you're telling me none of the above, this whole during out the decades.
I've been asked many times, if you could get in a time machine, where would you go?
That was one of my questions. What would
I've
you?
never been asked, is your husband in a time machine?
No. Okay. All
Not
right.
once.
Are you?
And if he is, he's lost.
Yeah. I mean, the flex capacitor, they need to get more of.
It must be broke.
Yeah. Yeah. Doc right now is working. All right. So, yeah. Well, let's come back to that. So, you are in a movie that is not only good, but it's history. Even though it was done in the 80s, many decades ago, it is still popular in 2021. Did you have absolutely any idea when you did this movie how magnificent in history that it would be?
No. And honestly, I don't think any of us did. It's extraordinary. And sometimes everyone is super wonderful, kind, and loving and nice. But then every now and again, I get, like yesterday on one of my posts, I got, you had a teeny tiny part in a movie and you're still talking about it. And my response was, this is like a worldwide love affair of Back to the Future fans and people who all have something in common. And it's like this treasure that's such an honor to be a part of. And it affects every single day of my life. I had, a big career in terms of television prior to the movie, and I have a men's resale shop that's almost 30 years old. So I do have, and I'm a single mom of a 26-year-old. So I do have a life other than Jennifer Parker. But I cherish the fact that I have the honor of having been Jennifer Parker in a film that every single person I've ever met has some sort of an experience related to that movie, either when they saw it, who they saw it with, how it affected their life, how it made them feel less lonely, less depressed. There's so many things. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No, that's life changing. I mean, your life, Biff life, anyone who was in a part of that movie, it's just life changing. And
It's amazing.
I could just imagine, like I saw your store. Looks great. I saw the video. And I could only imagine that people want to go to your store, obviously, to check out the material, see what's going on in California. But your name being in that movie has to amplify the living shit out of your store and your sales.
Interestingly enough, for the first, I'd say, because my store is 30 years old, December 19th. So it's 29 and 3/4.
All right, so
And
you're a smart one. You started doing this store. You started realizing the same thing. I'm in the hit movie. Now I'm going to open up my own store.
No, actually, I opened my store thinking I want to go back to acting, but I want a financial basis so I'm not desperate. So I can go into auditions and not be one of those desperate, hungry actors, but maybe like I used to be, where I audition. If it's good, it's good. If it's not a part I want to play, then I turn it down. And I opened the store thinking it was a great idea. And I wanted to show men who they are by having them wear these phenomenal, incredible clothes that they couldn't necessarily buy on their own. Or if they could, why would they? Why would you spend $7,000 on a suit when you can spend $700 in my store? I did not mention to anyone that I had been an actress for at least the first 10 years. So I was Claudia Wells, the owner of Armani Wells, everyone's like favorite stylist or best kept secret, because men didn't want to tell their friends in case their friends came in and bought stuff they might want to buy. And then Back to the Future started getting super popular, like at its 20th anniversary. And I started getting invited to appearances, at which point people were putting two and two together and realizing, wait a minute, this girl's been dressing me for all these years is Jennifer Parker. And I mean, I had people say, I saw you on TV last night. You never told me you were an actress. And my answer was, you never asked. because I was in a different life, and I didn't go back to acting because the store became such a success, and I had this gift for making men gorgeous and showing men who they are, their dignity, that's a birthright, and the power that I believe a man has simply because he's a man. And I like showing a man how he deserves to be treated. So when he goes outside of my store, he understands his value and what he deserves. So
Yeah.
that's really like a substance part of my store. And then
That's smart that you bring that up, because I understand my value and I understand what I'm worth.
good, because
Yeah.
it's important. And a man has a special value that's not what a woman has. And a woman has a special value that's not what a man has. I know that doesn't.
I think a woman has, this is my opinion. I think a woman has more value than a man does.
Which is great as a man to think that,
Yeah.
because that a man would want to, that's the right way to think as a man.
Yeah.
You're the head and the woman's the neck, and you both need each other. And
Some women
so
in
I wanted to go back
2021
to
are,
acting, but I
are
never
smarter
really
than men.
did. Huh?
Some women in 2021, they're a lot smarter than men.
Well, it's not just 2021. It's just a woman thinks differently than a man does.
Yeah. I think a woman
And
should be president because
a
they're
man
less
is,
mental.
a lot of people say I think like a man because I'm very direct. I'm very, I just say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I don't go like beat around the bush, which I
Yeah.
used to. But in terms of my store, I still believe that I have a career in acting that I haven't touched, and different roles that I can do now that I could never have done before, because I've lived so much life in the last 36 years since I did the movie. But the store is something that's dear to my heart that I'll always have. And the blessing of it, and thank you, COVID, I'm open only by appointment now. So I can still travel the world and do shows, and I can still take care of my guys because they schedule an appointment. If the store is closed unless someone has an appointment, and then I'm there to take care of them.
Right.
And fans can do that too.
I just bought $1,000 suit. It's interesting that you sell suits, because if I met you just last week.
What designer?
I have no idea. It looks like one of those Italian black mafia suits that kind of shines, not too much shine, but a little. So I look like a straight up politician, like the president.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for $1,000 in my store, you could buy a $10,000 suit. A Tom Ford.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Super 150.
Yeah, I wouldn't steal from your store.
You wouldn't what?
I wouldn't steal from your store.
No one steal. What do you mean steal?
I didn't say I bought the suit for $1,000. I said I got a suit for $1,000.
Okay. Well, actually, people do steal, but now that I'm open by appointment and I've got cameras everywhere,
yeah,
people are not going to be stealing from me.
Yeah, no, there's a way to disable those, but I hear you. Did you ever see Speed, the movie?
With Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
And the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watched that movie when I was a teenager. You know who taught me how to loop the camera around? When they were on the bus, the guy was he looped the camera around.
Yeah.
They actually gave me the idea. Then I met some other people to show me how to physically do it. So you just take a bunch of people and you get as long as a video as you can, and then you loop it around. So whoever's monitoring it, they just don't see that. But then they messed up because there was sudden movement, and that you can't do because it will go back and forth. Why am I talking about another movie?
I don't know, but I'm not technical, so I'm not quite catching it.
I got you. No, I understand. So do you still talk to Biff and Doc and Michael J. Fox? Are you guys still close? I would imagine you guys are all close, because Doc seems like a good soul. Michael J. Fox, I would really love to talk to him. I would probably tear up, and I wouldn't be myself because I just don't know what to say to him. And my heart really wants to help him, but I have absolutely no idea how to. He's a great soul, and he just seems like someone good to talk to, someone just to hang out with, if that makes sense.
It does absolutely make sense. With Michael, I text his assistant He's had the same assistant for, gosh, at least 20 years. He doesn't, he told me once he doesn't have a cell phone, and I was like, why? And he said, because when it rings, I would hit myself on the head. He's so funny, and he's such a great guy. I saw him in person last in 2015 in London at the London Comic Con and London Film and Television Comic Con. I'm not sure what it was called, but there was a big Back to the Future reunion. Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown, I see at signings and when we do shows together. And also he and I were the two voices in the Back to the Future video game series. So I saw him when we were doing that, and he is an amazing, great, terrific guy who doesn't age, and he's in amazing shape, and he's got this magnificent wife who's just fabulous. Leah lives around the corner from my store, and she's great. I see her, we text, we hang out every now and again. Goldie.
How about
Donald?
How about Biff?
Biff. I have not. I saw Biff last a few months ago when we were doing a private signing, and he's funny as all get out still. Yeah. And I had some of his artwork in my store about 15, 20 years ago, because he's an amazing painter. So I had his art in my store. He's a comedian, he's a painter, he plays the guitar, he's a little bit of everything.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that about Biff, but you know what?
I didn't know it before I knew it.
I'll tell you this, and I don't know if you're going to be mad at me or not, but I think it's a good thing, because I didn't notice. I didn't really pay attention. I just realized that you are in Back to the Future Part 1, but you're not in Back to the Future Part 2.
You really didn't know that?
I had no idea until last night, because I was trying to see what other films you were in. And it's brought up a lot of stuff on YouTube that you're not in Part 1. And I was like, get out of here. I did not pay any attention to that at all.
That's what they were hoping for. So that's good.
It is good.
That's what the hope was.
It is good. I had no idea. I wasn't focusing on it. Then I read the article. I give you a lot of credit for the obvious reasons for staying with your mom during that time. Me personally, and this is just me, I would have told my mom, you're going to have to hold on, because I got to film Back to the Future Part 2. But
my mom wanted me to.
I bet she did.
She did.
She did, but you're a better person than me. You are, because I know I should be with her instead of filming Back to the Future Part 2, but
or I'm a more messed up person, because I couldn't handle all of it at the same time.
I bet. I read it. It's I lost a couple people, not my mom, but a couple close people, and I can't even imagine the emotional stress of feeling one thing about losing the one who gave you birth. And you're going to see her again, by the way, up in heaven. Trust me.
That's right.
Don't trust me. You're going to see her.
Oh, I have no doubt.
I couldn't imagine doing that and then focusing on all your lines and all your action scenes, because a lot of people don't realize when you film a movie or even a TV show, that's a lot of work. You got to read the lines, you got to remember the lines, you got to say the same line 4 different ways, possibly even 7 different ways and 7 different takes, so they could get a close-up, so they could get a full body. And it's a lot of fucking work that I don't think the average person realizes until they do it. So the pressure from your mom and the situation and the script, yeah, you know, that's a lot of pressure to be under.
I love acting though, and I pray to God that it'll. I don't go out and hunt for it at all, but I pray it'll come to me in some beautiful package tied up with a ribbon, because I do miss it, and I'm just so grateful that I do things that fulfill me, like my store or this amazing travel I get to do because of Back to the Future, to see fans all over the world.
Yeah.
And I do a lot with my church, and I do a lot with a charity called Kids in the Spotlight, and we help foster kids. So there's a lot of different avenues, and I've got a terrific family. My sister's my very best friend in the whole wide world. So.
Wow. Do you ever come to Chicago?
I have not been to Chicago in a long time.
Well, if you could survive getting shot and the carjackings, the pizza here is fucking great.
I would love to. I'm a very good eater, so I could go there and try some pizza. I have a ton of travel coming up, and prayerfully with this new variant, it'll still happen. I'm doing a deal right now with going to Ecuador and Lima, Peru in November. And it's just, I mean, I talked to my internist yesterday about whether it's safe. And he said, I can't even tell you right now. It depends on how things are going. But I've got 1 to 3 or 4 trips planned every month.
Let me ask you something. So I'm actually working on a movie. I've been working on it the last couple of years. I had to put it on pause because of COVID reasons and other personal reasons, but the storyboard takes place in Chicago of 2016. Uh, I'm looking for an actress, very quick scene. It would take less than 30 minutes, believe it or not, to play a female actress to play an operator at the CIA, confirming some agent's identity. And then later on down the road in the movie, they find out that really wasn't an operator who works for the CIA who confirmed that identity. They find out it was Jennifer Parker from Back to the Future.
You're so funny.
Um,
You're funny.
can I get you to do that 30-minute scene and we can work out whatever details that is necessary?
I would be happy to discuss it.
Okay, we'll
That's
talk
funny.
about it. Yeah, I think that'd be a perfect role for you when they find out it really wasn't the CIA, it was Jennifer Parker.
That'd be awesome.
I think it would be great. I would like to talk about getting you to come to Chicago so we can do like a guest appearance because I don't think we had anyone, and I could be wrong. I don't think we had anyone in Chicago from Back to the Future. So I would love to contact.
Wow.
I don't
That'd
think
be
so.
awesome.
I never heard of
Okay.
it, and I think it would be a huge hit. So let me try to get a hold of some bar owner operators.
Yeah,
that
I've been
know.
doing personal appearances. I just did 4 in Texas, and they were hugely successful.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. I mean, between your fan base and me, I
Definitely something to discuss. Yeah,
It'd be
I'm doing
big.
a personal appearance at a place called Fat Collectibles, PHAT, in La Habra on July 31st. And I love it. It's you go in, you do this, it's fun, it's wonderful, and you go out. So yeah, I'm very interested in that.
yeah, guest appearances are awesome. You sign autographs, you take pictures, you get paid, you eat for free, you drink for free, you meet like all these good spirits who look up to your
Yeah.
work, and then it's like, this is great. I'm getting paid for this.
What's not to love?
Yeah.
Except for I have someone come feed my babies.
Bring them to Chicago. They can hang out with my dog.
Goldie is a mountain lion, and he's afraid of no one, and he doesn't even know cats and dogs aren't supposed to be friends, right?
So how is California? I picture you living in this gigantic, nice home with like all kinds of people giving you a manicure, a pedicure, feeding you. And I just picture like this big gate around your home so people like me can't try to go to your door, ask you for a picture, an autograph.
And palm leaves going like this.
Yeah. Is that how it is? Is that how it is?
No.
It's not
No.
like that. No.
It is not like that. Well, I do get manicures and I do take care of myself, but I live in a fabulous apartment for the last 15 years with neighbors I'm all friends with. And it's typical California with the pool and jacuzzi and weight room and grass and roses. And
That's pretty
and
interesting.
I
for
live
your-
5 minutes from my store, and I've
Yeah.
got my babies that I cuddle with at night. I have a really nice, I have a good life. It's kind of a simple life, and I love it.
I wish I had a hit movie when I was a kid, because again, that could just change your whole entire life. It makes life easier. There was this guy from The Goonies. I don't know if you ever saw the movie The Goonies.
The Queens,
The Goonies. And
I screen tested for that. It was between me and the girl who got it.
wait, are you
Gremlins?
serious?
Yeah, Gremlins. Goonies, Young Sherlock Holmes, Adventures in Babysitting, Labyrinth.
Get out of
All of that was
here.
between me and one or two other girls, and a bunch of other things also. But those are the main ones. Yeah, I screen tested for all of those.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Wow. So you were just, how did that work out? Not that it matters at this time, because it's obviously a different time, but back then in the 80s and in the 90s, were you just there in like this long line and Steven Spielberg just decided to pick whoever he chose to?
I think they read probably a ton of people all over the country, and I only went in one time. I had one audition, and when I went in, it was Steven Spielberg, Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall, Judy Taylor, Fenton Feinberg, Bob Gale, Bob Zemeckis, Neil Canton, a cameraman.
A
I think that
cameraman.
was everyone, and Steven Spielberg, of course. But I had one 2.5 hour audition. However, I had just not gotten the starring role in Gremlins, Goonies, Young Sherlock Holmes, that were all Universal Studios pictures, and some of them Steven Spielberg pictures. So they knew exactly who I was, and it was the same casting directors.
Wow. See, I just want to be in one. Just
Me too.
give me one.
Out of all of those, I would, if I could go back in time and choose, I'd choose Back to the Future every time.
Oh yeah, you got the right one. But you know what? The laws of the universe and God has a way of distributing certain things out to certain people. Chunky, believe it or not, he, in my opinion, he's the main star in the Goonies, and he's an attorney now.
Is he really?
He is an attorney, and I tried to reach out to him. I didn't try too hard because I respect the boundaries, but I saw that he was an attorney. He has a law office, I believe, in California. And of course, naturally, I called the law office because I want to interview him. And it said on the website, please don't call if you're calling for Chunky. So
Wow.
I think afterwards I hung up the phone because I didn't want to disrespect him. I can't speak for him, but from what I read at the time, it looks like he doesn't want to be known as Chunky. He wants to be known as the attorney, which, you ended up in a great spot because when you're a kid and you have these movies that blow up, it could work out really good for you or it could work out really bad for you, such as, and I don't agree with this at all, but it didn't seem to really work out for the guy from the kid from Home Alone.
The guy from what?
The kid from Home Alone.
Well, except for he's financially secure for the rest of his life and living, however he wants. And
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us go through the growing pains of going from actor to human being in the world, because when you're an actor, it's very it's like living in a bubble. It's an interesting dynamic, and it took me a while to put it all together.
See, but your role, there's really nothing to make fun out of. It's kind of, it's nearly perfect. With the kid from Home Alone, and I don't agree with this at all because I hate bullies. So I can't, I just don't agree with this, but I see it all over YouTube. People are making fun out of him. People are harassing him. And I'm just thinking, this kid is in a hit movie. He has probably a lot more money than you're ever going to make in your whole entire life and next lifetime. Why are you making fun out of him? And then later on, as I grow up, I start to see it's the role that they portray you in. Screech, rest in peace. Again, I'll see him when I get back home.
Can't believe he's not alive anymore.
It always broke my heart with him because there's a lot of situations where people, they make fun out of him, and he was open up about it. And I think if you're going to make fun out of someone, which I don't think you should, but if you are, go pick on Zach or AC Slater because they were the real dorks in Saved by the Bell. Screech was the coolest one in Saved by the Bell. He made that show. So when I didn't see him on Jimmy Fallon Saved by the Bell reunion, I was just like, why wouldn't you put Screech on there? Like, how do you?
So they chose not to. I don't know about that.
I can't speak for Jimmy Fallon or the show. He wasn't on there. And if it was me just on my show, there's no way in hell that I'm going to do a Saved by the School reunion, go through all that work, location, costumes without the main character. It's like having Back to the Future without you, Doc, or, Marty. It just looked like, there's a lot of stories where they left Screech out. A lot of people had a lot of things to say to him. It wasn't like you and your relationship with Biff and Doc and Michael J. Fox. You guys seem to still be tight from this day.
We all get along great, and
Yeah.
I love all of them.
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
bet. I bet.
And James Tolkien and I talk every few months. He's like one of my great friends. I mean, we keep up with each other all these years.
Wow. Yeah. See that?
Not the first 20, but the last maybe 15, 16.
Wow, that's good. Do me a favor. I know your time is limited, so I definitely appreciate this. I have a garbage man who's my garbage man who comes every week. And he sees me by the garage watching an 85-inch television sitting back while he picks up my garbage. And I head Back to the Future. And he tells me, "Oh my God, I love that movie. I watch that movie every day from this day. I love it. I love it." And I'm like, "Do you really?" He's like, "Yeah, man. It just makes me so happy." His name is Omar, Omar, the Chicago garbage man. I think he's gonna have a heart attack when he sees this video that I'm talking to you. Would you be able to say just hi to the garbage man, Omar
yes.
in Chicago, please?
Hello, Omar, the Chicago garbage man. You have a job that's incredible, and we all need you so much. And I am excited that you like the movie. And when I go to Chicago one day, maybe I get to meet you. So God bless you. Be well and stay safe.
He just crashed the garbage truck right now. Literally, you made his day. Believe me, I have video of him always freaking out about Back to the Future. I'll text you on my little phone here sometime later on today. We'll talk about some details about you being that CIA operator. And we'll talk about hopefully getting you to Chicago.
I would love that.
We'll definitely do that. I think we're gonna have to do this quick though, because more than likely we're probably gonna go back on lockdown. I told my girlfriend and everyone we're going back on lockdown. The scanners.
I was wondering about that. I was just talking to my friends about that yesterday.
Oh yeah, I said we were going back on lockdown like 7 months ago, and they kept calling me crazy. So I'm like one of those guys where I like to say, "See, I told you so."
Yeah, I'm wondering about that myself.
Yeah, we are. But that's why we're just having fun getting it out there now. Let me talk to a couple bar owner operators that I know. I'm sure they would love to have you here.
That'd be great. We do like 4 appearances in 3 or 4 days. Pop in, pop out.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. I think Chicago's gonna love it. I'm gonna try to reach out to Biff too. I think you and him, if that's okay with you.
Not sure he's traveling at all right now.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's got kids and his wife, and
yeah.
I don't know if he's traveling right now.
I would love for him to like just put me in a headlock or choke me or punch me when we do the guest appearance. Yeah, that's horrible. You know who I would really love to have, and of course, I'm not even dumb enough to ask because I know that's just not going to happen. I always wanted to talk and interview Ice Cube, the rapper and actor.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Guess what?
Why can't you try?
Guess what?
Go for it.
I already did.
And?
He came on. I was talking to him the same way I was talking to you. It was supposed to be for 10 minutes and it lasted about an hour. So one of my dreams has definitely came true. My other dream is to interview Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. But
that's Oreo.
All right, Jeff Bezos look at you, Oreo.
That's Oreo. Say hello.
Hello, Oreo.
Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah, she's gorgeous. You got to bring her.
Now you've seen all 3 of my babies.
Yes.
But that would be great for you to interview those 2 guys who are basically running this world.
Yeah, I really want to do Elon Musk. He seems like you and me. He's a down to earth. He's still, I mean, he's a little wild. Jeff Bezos, he's older, he's more calmer. It
Tell
would be,
Ice Cube I want to be on his TV show.
I will text him that when we get off the phone. You tell Michael J. Fox that I'm gonna pray for him. I've always prayed for him since I was a teenager. I never tried to reach out to him again because I just don't know what to say. I would probably cry, to be honest with you. I watched him on Family Ties.
Me too. The little brother on my show, Off the Rack, and the little sister on Family Ties are brother and sister. What are the chances of that? As real people.
Wait, say that one more time.
Okay, so the actor playing my little brother on Off the Rack and the actress playing Michael's little sister on Family Ties are brother and sister in real life.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
Weird, right? There's so many things like that that are just, you can't make this stuff up.
right. How's Steven Spielberg? That guy is like a genius, isn't he?
He's amazing. I haven't seen him since my audition,
Oh, really?
but I get a call most every year updating, Steven Spielberg's address book to make sure they have my up-to-date phone number and address.
Yeah, that's good. Steven Spielberg reminds me of me, but like on steroids. When you're a director,
He's incredible. He's absolutely incredible.
A director, a writer, a camera, a location, writing the script, making sure everything is set, that could drive you cuckoo. I did one movie and it's taken me years to do. He did E.T., he did Back to the Future. Those are probably some of the hardest movies to make is Back to the Future, because you have to make sure everything makes sense because you're going backwards.
It's complicated. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I do have to go though, because I told someone I would do a 12 o'clock Zoom and I'm late, but this has been so much fun and I really think you're awesome.
Yes, I'll text you when we get off the phone. Thank you so much. I have to go too because I have a meeting with Elon Musk too.
And Omar.
Oh, yeah, my garbage man. Yes. Hey, if you talk to Michael J. Fox assistant, please tell him that Operation Chicago says he loves you. And he
I will. Hang on. Let me send a picture. Wait, let's do it. I'll take a selfie. Or not a selfie. But
now I feel like the garbage man. Thank you so much.
Smile. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll text him.
Thank you. God bless you. We'll be in touch.
God bless you too. This was super fun and you are really great.
Thank you. You have a good day. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll be in touch.
Yeah.